श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा वहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So the first topic in the 17th chapter is about Shraddha and whether that Shraddha might get affected by what? By one's disposition, temperament, Sattvic temperament, what kind of Shraddha, Rajasic, Tamasic. We saw that Bhagavan gives the answer in the second to 6th verse. The answers are given, what kind of Shraddha, and three types of Shraddha are talked about. And then from verses 7 to 21 we have 4 different topics also affected by one's Sattvic, Tamasic or Rajasic disposition. Out of that we have finished the first of the 4 topics. What was that? Food. Ahara. Ahara. And what kind of ahara is delighted by the Sattvika people, Rajasic people, Tamasic people? We saw that. Then so ahara, the next topic is what is that? Yajna. Yajna is the next topic. So abhalakankshibhihi yajnaha vidhihi drishtah na ijyate yashtavyameveti manah samadhaya sa satvikah. We have to supply uchyate. So here the karma yoga is talked about, converting yajna into karma yoga. Yajna means nitya karma. Yajna used specifically. What does yajna used specifically mean? Yajna means fire ritual. So if you are only referring to the fire ritual, that was a very important component of the Vedic way of life. So we have fire rituals in the sense of nitya karma, agnihotra, etc. Or yajna can also be used in a broader way. What is that? Pancha mahayajna. Pancha mahayajna means what? Bhuta yajna. Yajna here means giving. Giving means what? Allowing oneself to just be the giver and see the whole world as participating in the yajnas, various yajnas. The fruit, the trees participate in the yajna, they give shade. This is like a broader definition. And what else do they give? Fruit. They give fruit, they provide shade for the people, a place, nesting place for the birds. They give flowers also, they give fruit. The river also practices in the yajna by giving water and flowing and making everything very beautiful. Mountains are participating in the yajna, everything is participating. This is called Bhagavad yajna, Bhagavan's yajna, Bhagavan's flow. Everybody participates except human beings. Except human beings. Only one who does not participate says, why me? Why I should participate? why I should do this is the human being endowed with a free will. Everybody participates. And it appears that the whole world participates selflessly. The fruit tree does not say, I am going to keep most of the fruit and some rotten ones I will give to the human beings. No, it gives everything. The river water doesn't say, I am going to hoard up all the water. What if I get thirsty and then I am only going to give a little bit for everybody to drink? No. Everything is given except in cases where there is self-awareness, in the sense of I am aware of myself but I don't know who I am. So that complexes are there centered on the self, and that becomes the biggest insecurity. And therefore the Bhagavad Gita in the chapters 3 and 4 has urged us to participate in this big yajna by following 5 kinds of practices. What are they? Yajna towards bhutas, all the beings. So we had Rangoli in the past, in the front, and that was not made of pebble powder, no. It was made of rice flour, rice flour. Either dry ones, or on the case of festivals, you wet the rice flour and then you draw the thing. This was natural feeding of all the insects and also natural pest control. Your food is outside, no need for you to come in. Why do all the ants, cockroaches come in for food? It's right outside, no problem. You can have your fill. And we had all these kinds of practices. Bhuta yajna, giving to all the beings who are helpless, cannot feed themselves, dogs, cats, crows, all the animals that we encounter on a daily basis. Then we have Manushya yajna or Atithi yajna, both are same, and that was offering food to one guest every day. So you would, if there are 4 people in the house, you would make enough for 5 people. One portion was always left. And it wasn't left over because somebody you had to find and then feed them. That is how it was. So then that is Atithi yajna, Bhuta yajna, Deva yajna, certain nitya karmas in the form of prayers and all have to be done. And then what else? This one, Rishi yajna. Rishis, from Rishi yajna is also called Guru yajna, from which parampara, from which sages we get the knowledge. We owe something to them. So there are offerings there, and Pitru yajna to the ancestors. Because of the father, because of the mother, the great-grandmother, great-grandfather, I have this body. So I have this body because of all these people, so I give oblations and I pay respects to them. These are the 5 Panchamahayajnas. So that also can be taken here. So that ritual which is known as a yajna, you can take both the meanings, literal yajna, fire ritual, or you can take nitya karma in general, or you can take Panchamahayajnas. So this yajna that is performed by people, anabhisandhaya phalam, without expecting a result. What is the result of yajna? Heaven, etc. So here what is the result they expect? Antahkarana shuddhi. They expect an inner cleansing. They are doing this karma for antahkarana shuddhi, for inner maturity, for emotional growth, which translates into spiritual progress when they are in front of the Shastra. The Shastra speaks to them. So the best way of getting Shastra Anugraha is to do Karma Yoga. So here Bhagavan says that those people who do yajna not for the results but for self-growth are called Satvik. Then the next one are what? Rajasik, of course. Abhisandhaya phalam. Dambha artham api chaivayat. So, and then ijyate bharata shrestha tam yajnam vidhi rajasam. Now there is a rajasika yajna. Probably not Panchamahayajna, it is just a one. Panchamahayajna is a lifelong event. Lifelong I strive for self-growth. Lifelong I am doing this 5 forms of prayer. Lifelong I am aware and sensitive, and I pray for going along with Ishvara's flow rather than having my own parallel flow. The parallel flow makes me feel low. That's why I give up the parallel flow full of highs and lows, and I go with Ishvara's flow. But what is Ishvara's flow? It's very evident. In every minute it is evident. You have to do what you have to do. You have to not do what you must not do. It's very, very evident. If one is present, if one is mindful, if one is right there, one can definitely sense the flow. Everybody can sense the flow because you are part of the flow. And so, the Rajasic person, here probably Panchamahayajna we cannot take, because what? Inner growth is not involved. What is involved here? Show. Dambha artha. Artha means here the purpose. The purpose of this yajna is to put on a huge show. And the person will say, you haven't seen anything yet. East or west, this is the biggest yajna yet. So, come one, come all to the huge yajna ball. Please come. Everybody come. Come and see. You thought that yajna which this person does, this couple did was good? Nothing. That's nothing. Let me show you how we do it. And the whole township is invited, and they'll have the biggest fire, and they'll have lots of things they put in the fire. If other people put 3 or 4 forms of offering, these people will put tens and 12 kinds of offerings, 100 kinds of offerings. A 9-yard sari is put in the fire. And gold ornaments. Why? It is Chandi Mahayajna, for goddess Chandi. 9-yard saris, plural. One at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. And gold things. And they will, before putting it in, everybody should see it is gold, because otherwise it's just going in. They will show everybody, here, touch it, bless it, take it, look at it. And then, if you like one, keep it. No. So, everybody has to see, oh, they are putting pure gold in the fire. Oh my God, are they going to go then and retrieve it? What are they going to do? Creates a lot of suspense over here. And they'll put gold bordered saris, they will put this, at the time of marriage it is given to wear this Mangala Sutra, all this they put, everything they put, and they will wait and put, they'll say, where are the photographers? Are they lined up? Only then I'm going to put, because the photo of the gold, magnify and take, zoom, come on. Yeah, zoom and take, gold should be seen. That I am putting the gold should be seen. And not only that, this is Drishtaphala. They do expect Drishtaphala. They expect the press to write, this is the best yajna in the whole world in the next day, at least in the community paper, if not the national paper. Then they also expect everybody else to say, oh my God, you are the biggest, you are a Mahashala. Shaunaka was nothing. You are the original Mahashala. You are the greatest, you are the best. They expect that also. That is also what? Drishtaphala only. They also expect long-term results. Adrishtaphala. And what is the Adrishtaphala here? Go straight somewhere. They will point upwards, but we don't know where heaven is. It could be sideways too. Invisible parallel universe. Why we keep going up, I don't know. Some people think even God is, you say the word God, they look up. Then they need to engage a massage therapist to take out the neck pain after looking and praying for so long. So heaven could be right this side and that side. Or this side could be hell, this side could be heaven. I may be wrong, we could switch the sides also. So why up, we don't know. But anyhow, they are expecting the long-term effects of this one yajna they did by mistake, what do they want? They want to go to heaven. They want prosperity before that. All this. This is called Rajasa Yajna. And then next one is Tamasa Yajna. Vidhihinam asrishtannam mantrahinam adakshinam. All wrong yajna. Everything is wrong here. Yeah. Shraddha rahitam. At least if Shraddha was there, materials were not there, theek hai, something will happen. But here Shraddha is also not there. Vidhihinam means no krama. No krama at all. Yajna has krama. First you have to invoke the devatas invoked in the yajna in a water in the kalasha. First you have to do sankalpa. They will not do sankalpa. They will first start the invocation. Then they'll say, oh, I forgot sankalpa. Okay. Quickly bring akshata. Keep. Mamopatta samasta duritakshaya dvara. Suddenly they'll say. And then suddenly something else is forgotten. And then they'll say, doesn't matter. We forgot ghee. Doesn't matter. We'll use oil. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Anything goes. If you didn't buy ghee, we will use oil. It is not stipulated at all in the Shastra that you do oil yajna. A very sticky affair, oil yajna. So then what happens? Asrishtannam. Asrishtannam means a yajna should always be accompanied by annadanam. And these people say, what are you waiting for? Shoo, go away. Finished. Yajna is over. Go. Where is food? Where is annam? No danam. Go away. Finished. And so, asrishtannam means there is no anna there at all. There is no food at all. Usually after the yajna, you have to feed the people who have come there. That is part of the yajna. But here they say, why? Why bother? Don't you have a house? Can't you cook? Go eat. Why you are coming here? I gave you a nice show of the yajna. Be happy, go. And so asrishtannam. Mantrahinam. They don't know the mantras, poor thing. Om Purnamada. That's all. They don't know. They just know the beginnings of little bits of things and they just hum along perhaps, if we are lucky. At least if they hum according to the swaras, maybe some punya will come. But here there is no swara, nothing. There is some garbled something they'll say, mantras they don't know. Mantra you don't have to know only in Sanskrit. You can even have that prayer in English. You can pray from your heart. Bhagavan knows all languages, but there is no heart here to pray. The heart is in sleep. The heart is in eating and sleeping. That's where the heart is in. So it's not available for prayer in any language. So mantrahinam, and then the priests are what? Adakshinam. Adakshinam means, see, after you hire the priests, you don't hire them. They come on their own, but they expect a dakshina. You have to give them dakshina. This is how they live. Because they are traditionally they are brahmanas, they shouldn't even charge for the yajna, but you have to give if the yajna has to bear fruit. And this person is a shortcut fellow, this tamasic person. Can't sit, can't be bothered, sleeping throughout the mantras, even if there are mantras. Sleeping throughout the time where everybody is putting ajyam, ghee. And then at the end, all the 4 priests, one for Rig Veda, one for Yajur Veda, one for Sama Veda, one for Atharva Veda, all of them just think, okay, I'm going to get some dakshina. And what does this fellow do? Dakshinarthe akshatan samarpayami. Gives some yellow rice instead of dakshina. This shortcut is there for many things. Because in the daily puja, you are supposed to offer gold ornaments. Where are you going to get? Nowhere. You don't have gold ornaments for yourself. Why you will make Bhagavan gold ornaments? That is not there. Then you have to offer sacred thread, upavitam. That also you don't have at hand. The murti that you are worshipping is small, angushthamatrah purushaha, this high. So where you will get upavitam, you have to give vastram. The murti in the house is very small. So no vastram, and you don't have vastram, and then all these things. So you say upavitarthe, what? Akshatan samarpayami. I don't have upavita, but take this yellow rice, O Lord, and consider it upavita. Consider it to be your sacred thread. And then ding, 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 ding. Abharanarthe, I don't have gold ornaments, O Lord. Akshatan, the same old yellow rice. Akshatam samarpayami. And then what else? Then flowers also I forgot to buy. Pushpartham akshatan samarpayami. Everything akshatan samarpayami. And in the end, dakshinarthe akshatan samarpayami, one must not do. This is a no-no. But here, there also they just tell the priest, you got a lot of punya, you did this, no, go now, go. Oh, no food even for the priest, no, go, finished. This is what is called a tamasik yajna. So then, one more thing. I thought this was the end. Shraddha virahitam. So somebody is coming, and what are they doing? They are sitting there, they are just, not paying attention. But in the Indian yajna, in the Hindu yajna, nobody pays attention. It's a time to socialize. Okay, at least you are not paying attention, you are present there. Here the person is, bringing their lunch box and eating. Since they know there is no food provided, let me just eat. They are eating during the yajna. Or they are eating the offerings before it's offered, Sometimes children do that. Yeah, children are dangerous if they are not watched around yajna. Once in Eugene we were doing yajna, and one small cute boy came and sat next to me, and he was just sitting and being very cute. And then later on he looked to the left, he looked to the right, and then there was some puffed rice and jaggery and nuts to be offered into the yajna. So we told him, I gave him some in the hand, and I said, please offer. So he ate half and he offered the other half. But he is 5 years old, And when somebody that is 5-year-old does that, it's very cute. Everybody laughed. His parents were horrified. They said, no. You have to offer the whole thing. Open the hand, shake it off. Don't keep any for yourself. Later on in prasada you will get. He was told, he was taught. 5-year-old, it's cute. What if a 50-year-old does it? Very uncute. But this is the tamasa yajna, no shraddha. Yeah, what Agni will eat? Agni won't eat. I am hungry. I will eat. So all the things are given. All the things are taken in as before saying swaha, the person puts it in the mouth and says aha, and then only says swaha. So no shraddha at all. This is what kind of yajna? Tamasa yajna. So then tamasam chakshate, and then deva dvija guru pragnya pujanam shaucham arjavam brahmacharyam ahimsa cha shariram tapa uchyate. So the tapas portion has been divided into 3. What kind of tapas? Shariram tapaha, then Vak tapaha, and manasa tapaha. 3 types of tapas are talked about. Discipline. So Deva, Bhagavan, Guru, Dvija, Brahmanas, gurus, teachers, worshipping them and getting their blessings. And then Pragya means wise people. And then Pujanam, worshipping them and getting their blessings. Shaucham, internal and external cleanliness. Straightforwardness, Arjavam. Brahmacharyam means the self-discipline. Discipline means disciplined being. Swamiji talked about all the vows of brahmacharya. Not sleeping during the day. Not sleeping during the day includes classes also. Yeah, classes are held when? During the day. So, I don't sleep in the afternoon. When do you sleep? Just before the afternoon in Gita class, I get very good sleep. No. So all these are brahmacharya vrata. So like this, and then brahmacharyam ahimsa. Ahimsa means not hurting anybody physically. All this group is called what? Shariram tapaha, physical discipline, physical tapas. Then we have mental tapas, anudvegakaram vakyam, speech which does not incite others. Anudvegakaram vakyam, speech which does not incite others. You see, the more one grows spiritually, the more we have to be mindful of what we say. Because even in the best case scenario, what you say is not what is heard. Because people hear with their own filters. So what you say is not what is heard at all. This we know. Everybody has had experience like this. And in the Swami line also, this is very, very clear. Because we've had experiences like this. I have seen with Pujya Swamiji also. People would come and offer, say, Pujya Swamiji, would you like to have some more of this? Somebody serving something they made. And Swamiji would very softly say, no, thank you. And then that person would not hear the no. Would hear what? Thank you. Here, take some more. Was the no said softly? Not at all. No, no, no. Thank you. So that no, they forgot. They didn't even hear. Because why? There is a pressure to serve this over and over again. That pressure, the desire which creates a pressure, makes everybody hear selectively. Can you go and tell everybody, you have a pressure, you have a desire-filled pressure, you have a pressure-filled desire, that's why you're not hearing me properly. Can you go and tell everybody like this? No, absolutely not. You cannot change anybody in the world. Then what can change? You yourself can change, that's all. So you have to be very simple, clear and direct speech is called Satvika Vak Tapas. Because take it for granted that anything that you say, people will hear half and mishear the other half which they have heard. So out of 2 sentences, they'll hear only 1 sentence, and out of 1 sentence, half of what you said, they will hear it wrong. But why? Raga dveshas, that's why. So that is how it is. And then there are cultural patterns also. A very interesting Indian cultural pattern is that you start talking before you open your mouth, the other person says, I know. Arre, I haven't even had a chance to say anything. I know. I know what you're going to say. If old married couples say this, okay, at least there is a basis for it. Because they have lived with each other long enough to know what the other person will say. But here, even a complete stranger is talking to you, you say what? I know. Like this, there are cultural patterns as well. So therefore, it behooves us to clarify the speech in such a way that there is no ambiguity. Clear, precise and clean. It should be direct. And then also, a very helpful definition here, anudvega karam vakyam, a speech that does not incite people to agitation. And then satyam vak. Satya vak means vak that is very true, truthful speech, pleasing speech, priya vak, satya vak, and then what else? Hita vak. Hita vak means it's beneficial. And then swadhyaya abhyasanam, vangmayam tapaha uchyate, beneficial. Whatever I say, it should conform to these criteria. What are they? It should be beneficial. Hitam, it should be sweet. Priyam, it should be beneficial to people. It should be sweet to hear. It should be satyam. Satyam, priyam, hitam. Anudvekakaram. These 4 criteria makes it tapas makes this vak tapas satvik. Manah prasadat saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhi iti etat tapaha manasam uchyate. Then the mental tapas is what is the cheerfulness. Manah prasadah, relative cheerfulness. If you just go around with a long face like this, not one day, every single day, as soon as people see you, they'll duck behind a bush because they don't want to encounter you at all. They will avoid you totally. So, cheerfulness. Generally speaking, cheerfulness. Saumyatvam, again a smiling face, saumyatvam. Maunam, generally silent. Atma vinigraha, absence of wanting to say something all the time. And then all these become what? Bhava samshuddhihi. Bhava samshuddhi means clarity of intention. All these things are called mental tapas. So this threefold tapas which was discussed here, observed with total shraddha, Bhagavan says, without expecting results, is other than antahkarana shuddhi, is called satvika tapas. Then satkara mana pujartham tapodambhena chaiva yat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalam adhruvam. And these three forms of tapas done for the sake of getting respect. Somebody should worship me, manita. Somebody should put me on a pedestal. Somebody should say, oh, such a silent person. Must be really a wise person. Like this they should tell about me. That feeling, dambha and mana. And then that which is done for that is called, what is that called? Rajasik tapas. Moodhagrahena atmanah yat pidaya kriyate tapah parasya utsadanartham va tat tamasam udahritam. Moodhagrahena means due to coming under the spell of delusion. Tamasic, that's why. Coming under the spell of great delusion, that tapas which is done by either afflicting one's own body. Yesterday I told you, like beating oneself up and putting piercings everywhere, painful piercings, and done which is this, or which is done for parasya utsadanartham, by like black magic and all these kinds of rituals to destroy other people. There are people who do that, and whether it works or not I don't know, but there are people who do that, and they want the person to be destroyed. So there are some spells, incantations. Atharva Veda itself is full of them, and then so all these incantations are done, and then the secret pujas are done to bring the downfall of somebody else. This is not even rajasic, this is tamasic, so called tapas. Can't even be called tapas. And then now 20 and 21 we go for 22 till 22 we go for dhanam. Datavyam iti yad dhanam diyate anupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha tad dhanam satvikam smritam. So the satvika dana is done with reference to knowing desha, kala and patra. What time you should give, where it should be given, and to whom it should be given. If somebody is already a multi-millionaire, you don't go give them dana. There is no need. Okay? You don't say, oh, please accept my dana. The dana is better directed towards people who don't have. And that is who can benefit. And then desha. Desha means, again, the place is very, very important. So usually the dana is done at the time of annadanam. Annadanam is also a form of dana at the time of yajna and what not. So if you go to some restaurant and everybody is eating, you are also eating, you don't go to the next table and say, please accept my dana. That is not the proper time or the place. So desha, kala, patra is important for every dana, and here the sattvika dana is done in the time and in the place where it is very, very appropriate. And the recipient of the dana must need the dana and must be happy about it, must be benefited by it. So it's like somebody is given to alcohol and then they keep asking for money and you keep feeling sorry for them and one keeps giving money. That is not a good dana. Yes, they are needing food also. But as soon as the money is given, what do they go and buy? Some more bottles of alcohol. This is not a good way to give. If you want to give them something, buy them some food and give. So that way, this desha, kala and patra are very important for dana. Dana is very much highlighted in the Upanishads also. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, how to give is all given, talked about. Hriyadeyam, bhiyadeyam, samvidadeyam, shriyadeyam. Give from a sense of modesty, give from a sense of abundance, and give from a sense of feeling like I wish I could give more, but this is all I can give right now. Like this, you give. All this is talked about in the Upanishad itself, because dana, out of all these religious austerities and tapas and different forms that are given for our self-growth, dana is really the most efficacious, which has the quickest results. If you want to grow quickly, give danam. Really, think about it. It's really, really amazing. It is very, very amazing because the growth is very quick. Why? The pinch is here. The pinch is, I am a lacking person. This is everybody's feeling. I don't have. I am a lacking person. I am a wanting person. I am an idiot. I have scarcity. Nobody will give me anything. I have to do this. I have to earn on my own and I have to feed myself. And then if I have a family, who do I have to feed? I have to feed my family. I have to do all kinds of things. So therefore I cannot give. In fact, people accumulate, because of this insecurity, people accumulate all kinds of things. Even disposable things, things that are supposed to be thrown away, the people bring home. Really. Like disposable glasses. Then that also people wash and keep at home. Yeah. And these, what is that? They give tea in these days? They give kullad tea. Yeah, that is biodegradable. You can just dispose it. No, I'm going to wash it and bring that also home. So the giving mentality is there, but it is shadowed or eclipsed by the mentality to hoard. So the giving mentality is there in everybody, and at the same time it is eclipsed by the hoarding mentality. Why? Because of the deep insecurity centered on the self. All kinds of things. Even after becoming a sannyasi, one continues to hoard. One day it might be useful. There was one Dabba Swami living here only somewhere in Rishikesh. So many dabbas. And he was sleeping outside the hut. And what was in the hut? In all the 2 rooms of the hut, full of dabbas. And one day he passed away, leaving to nobody in particular all these dabbas. So like this is something to guard after, because otherwise it just keeps growing and then the accumulated things keep growing, but what doesn't keep growing is my own heart, which should learn how to give. So then, datavyam yat danam satvikam smritam, meaning that which is given in the proper place at the proper time because I would like to give, simply because I would like to give, without diyate anupakarine. Anupakarine means knowing full well that it will not be reciprocated. When you need something, the person that gave you something is not going to give back. They may never be in a position to give back. Oh, maybe they can give something else. No, they may not give something else also. Okay, I have given them physical dhanam, material wealth, they can give me emotional comfort. No. Maybe they are incapable of doing that or unwilling to do that. Even to such a person, somebody who gives is called a sattvika giver. What about rajasic giver? We know now very well. So, yattu pratyupakarartham phalamuddishya va punaha diyache teja pariklishtaha. Pariklishtaha means the person is in pain while giving. I have to give, oh no, ayyo, I have to give, but the press is looking at me, all the cameras are directed, so I give a smile which hides the pain behind and then I give somehow. This painful giving while expecting all kinds of results is called rajasic giving. Yes, pariklishtaha tad dhanam rajasam smritam. And then what? Adesha kale yaddanam apatrebhyascha diyate asat kritam avajnatam tat tamasam udahritam. The dana which is given improperly means without respecting the recipient. You don't throw away what you are trying to give. Respecting the recipient is important, because who is growing as a result of giving? You are growing. So the person who is receiving the dana is actually helping you grow, is it not? They are helping you grow. So how must your attitude be towards somebody who is helping you? It should be modest and respectful. But instead the person who is giving, looking here, looking there, giving and expecting the other person to kowtow to them for the rest of their life. Next meeting they meet, remember what I did for you last time? They should remember, you should not keep remembering. They should say thank you, they should remember, but you don't even give them a chance. The tamasic giver doesn't even give them a chance. The tamasic giver says, remember what I did for you 3 lifetimes ago, remember what I did for your grandfather, remember what I did for your grandmother. Like this, keeps on reminding of what they have done. And also the form of giving is very patronizing, condescending. You still don't have a job? Okay, take. That is not a very good way of giving. Giving should make the giver feel good and the receiver also feel good. That is sattvic giving. Here, if it is condescending, disrespectful, oh, who told you to come to the front door for asking money? Go out. Come through the back door. I have already come through the front door. No, I said go. Come through the back door. Just to teach them a lesson, so to speak. And then you give them without proper respect, without proper understanding, and then what else? Contemptuously. So contemptuously, hatefully, in the wrong place at the wrong time, and to recipients who are unworthy. This is tamasic giving. Now, 23 to 28, we have this a little elucidation of the mantra called Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat is a very powerful mantra, because Bhagavan, Brahmaji, apparently after creating the universe said 2 mantras. Om, he said, Om Tat Sat, same mantra, and then he also said Atha. So therefore, this Om Tat Sat has become very holy, because the Creator said it at the beginning. Atha Shabda is also Mangala Vachaka, Mangala Suchaka. Atha has also become indeclinable. Atha means well done or something like that, he said. Atha. And so that Atha has also become a auspicious word. Omkarascha Atha Shabdascha Dvau etau Brahmanaf Pura. Pura means a long time ago. These 2 words, Omkara and Atha Shabda, Dvau etau brahmanah, from Brahmaji, pura, long time ago, kantham bhitva viniryatau. Suddenly they came out spontaneously, breaking through the vocal cords. Till then Brahmaji had not said a word. After the creation, he is purported to have said Om Atha. Tasmat, because the creation is infallible, because the creation is nothing but Brahman, but Bhagavan, Tasmat, Mangalikau Ubhau. Both Omkara and Atha Shabda are seen as auspicious, Mangalika, Mangala, Mangaladayaka. So therefore this mantra in the olden times, we don't do this now, but in the olden times apparently it was an option to say Om, Om, or it was also an option to say Tat, Tat before embarking on something. Some people used to say Om, some people used to say Tat, and some people used to say what? Sat. So that's why in the Bhagavad Gita, one verse for Om, one verse for Tat, one verse for Sat. The mantra is taken separately, no problem, but it is not done like this right now. So Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha, this teaching, this expression of Brahman, Brahmanas Trividhas Smritaha. So this threefold expression is said to have come from Brahmaji's mouth. What was that? Om Tat Sat, this expression. Brahmanaha tena vedascha yajñascha vihitaha puraha. So apparently by this Om Tat Sat, what happens? The Vedas were created, the Brahmanas were created, and then what else was created? Yajna was created. Yajna here in the broadest sense of the word means for self-growth was created. And as a result of the Veda, Yajna was created, because without Veda you don't come to know that there is Yajna. Means for self-growth you don't come to know. Then because Yajna was created, Brahmana, righteousness-loving people were also created. People who love righteousness were created. So therefore, Om Tat Sat is very important, he says. And then, Tasmad Om iti udahritya yajñadana tapah kriyaha pravartante vidhanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. So Brahmavadi here means the people who know the Vedas, first portion of the Vedas, Brahmavadin. So what do the Brahmavadins do? All the things they do, rituals, and then jnana, yajna, dana, kriya, and then the kriya means religious actions, yajna, etc. Whatever is injunctions in the Vedas, kriya, to be done, to not to be done, pravartante, they always flow. How? After the uttering of Om. So Om becomes a Mangala Suchaka Shabda. Why? Because it is loaded by the Shastra to talk of Ishvara, Tatastha Lakshana of Brahman, and to talk of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Satchidananda also. That Om includes you, that Om includes Bhagavan. It's the name of Bhagavan, and it is seen as extremely auspicious. And so Om Tat Sat is the whole mantra. But the people who know the Veda, what do? They keep oming all day long. Every embarking of every ritual, every undertaking, Om, 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 they keep saying, and then of course they are ensured of success. Why? Because it is Bhagavan's name, and so this is the this is done. And then who says the word Tat? He says Mumukshus say the word Tat. Let us read. Tad iti anabhisandhaya phalam yajñadana tapah kriyaha dana kriyascha vividhaha kriyante moksha akankshibhihi. So those who want moksha and not the results of various yajna, dana, tapas, they keep saying Tat. Why? Because Tat is the name for Brahman. That. How do we know? Tat tvam asi. So the mumukshus keep saying Tat, the Vedic Pandits and Sannyasis keep saying Om, and then who says Sat? Let us see. Not much to explain, it is just broken up like this. Sadbhave sadhu bhave cha sad iti etat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha satchabda partha yujyate. O Partha, the word is Sat is used in many areas. First, Sadbhave sadhu bhave cha. Sadbhave means in the sense of existence. That Sat we also know. Sat means existence. So here Sat is used as a word for existence, and since existence is sacred, holy, it is a name of Bhagavan, so it becomes a very auspicious term. And then it's also sadhu bhave with reference to good conduct. Also it is used. Which word? Sat is used in terms of good conduct. Sat is used to refer to existence, and then sadhu bhave cha sad iti etat. And one more this thing, in order to make the karma holy, you say Sat. Even though what kind of karma are you doing? Mithya. But you still say Sat, and then it becomes sanctified. In order to sanctify the karma, you say Sat. And so Sat is used in this way. And then Yagne tapasi dane cha sthitihi sidati chochyate karma chaiva tadarthiyam saditi eva abhidhiyate. So a commitment to religious discipline, yajna, dana, tapas, whatever is we are talking about right now, that commitment, sthiti, and is called Sat. And whatever karma that is done for the sake of this self-growth is also called Sat. And the chapter ends on a on a note, not a very happy note. Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asadityuchyate partha nachab tat pretya no iha. So without Shraddha, when an offering is done, no charity, and then all this which is done is called Asat. Without Shraddha, when all this Yajna, Dana, Tapas is done, is called Asat, and it does not give either Drishtaphala, meaning immediate results, or Adrishtaphala after death. On this troubling note, the 17th chapter ends. Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayah. Why do we have chapter 18? Everybody knows the reason. Arjuna is sitting and cooking. Oh, Arjuna knew how to cook? Yeah, but that's not the point here. He was cooking up what? A question. He was baking a question. He was cooking up a very nice question because he knew Bhagavad Gita is only going to have 18 chapters. So he better get his question in quickly. He knew that. And he knew that time is not there. And also all the arrows zinging past him is not a very conducive time to sit and listen to all this. So I have to quickly get the answers. Let me quickly ask this question. And what is this question? The same question which came in chapter 3, same question which came in chapter 5, same question which came in chapter 12 is also going to come in chapter 18. It's like our satsang questions. So, same question, worded differently, written in a different handwriting by a different person, same question. So here also, because Arjuna, what is that one same question? Why I have to fight this war? When it's very clear, I have to become sattvic, I need antahkarana shuddhi. It's not Bahishkarana Shuddhi. I don't have to be outward facing. I need inner cleansing. I need to go within. I need to grow. I need to become more sattvic. And I need to sit in meditation. I need to chant. I need to listen to this. I need to become one with Brahman, cognitively speaking. And what is this Krishna asking me to do? Go fight, go fight, go fight. I don't really want to fight. But I have already exhausted not only my questions, but also I have exhausted Lord Krishna by the same questions. Now I need a new bottle for the old wine. What is the old wine? Why I have to fight this war? That is the old. I don't want to kill my own people. Anything but that. I'll sit, listen to you here all day long. But don't make me go fight the war. That's another reason for the question, because as long as the questions are coming, then I don't have to fight the war. I can sit and listen. So I keep elongating the things. And he was successful because the 18th chapter is the longest chapter with 78 verses. He was successful. And so I want to know now the new thing is what? I want to know what is Tyaga. You said Tyaga is important. Tyaga means giving up. Giving up is important. And what should I give up right now? The war. This horrible Kurukshetra war. Who thought of it? Whose idea was it? And this Duryodhana and all, poor things, let them live. This is called Stockholm Syndrome. You fall in love with the oppressor. They held the people in a bank in Stockholm one time. All these people were held in the bank, and then it was a hostage standoff situation. And then outside the police with the megaphones are negotiating with the hostages. Finally they were able to release the hostages, and the hostage takers gave up. They put their hands up in the air, they put their gun down, and the police came, stormed the bank and caught the hostages. And caught the people who took the hostages. And then what did the hostages? They were free to go. They were still standing there. And then they were pleading with the police, don't catch him, he's very nice. He gave me one biscuit to eat. Array, but he was torturing you before that. And he had kept you here for so many hours. No, but he's very nice. They showed a very strange psychological kind of a temperament where they were protecting their oppressors. That's when it came to be talked of as Stockholm Syndrome. Why? Because of the sheer fear. You want the oppressor to live because you still feel captured, and you feel like if the oppressor if you are kind to the oppressor, if people are kind to the oppressor, the oppressor will be kind to me. Arjuna is in this kind of a situation, poor fellow. Because he's been tyrannized by this psychopath, sociopath. Who was that? Duryodhana. And then he didn't want to fight this war because he was feeling sorry for Duryodhana, sorry for Dushasana, even though they were on the other side, on the wrong side of dharma, they were on the side of adharma, still he was feeling sorry for them, and he didn't want to fight the war at all. So he said, now teach me about sannyasa. Sannyasa he had already asked, he can't ask again. So he says, what is before sannyasa? Tyaga, renunciation. Please teach me about tyaga. What can I give up? Oh Krishna, please tell me I can give up this war. And it will be a very short chapter. But if you tell me I can't give up, then it's going to be a long chapter. Why is it a long chapter? Because Arjuna gives him the teaching of Swadharma. Swadharma is very, very much highlighted in the 18th and the final chapter. It brings all the teachings, summarizes back to yourself in a very beautiful way. Many topics, but they all have a nice, linkages to one another. We'll see starting tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।